And in kindergarten, it was first noticed. I would speak to myself, and not only would I speak to myself, I would answer. I would answer after I spoke to myself, and then the teacher would say, "Hey, don't do that," and I'd say, "Well, why not?" But it made sense to me. And then when I would talk to my other classmates, they'd say, "Hey, you're crazy." I say, "What?" I'm only being me, and that's all I've ever been, but it's always been different than how other people are. And most people call it. And most people say. And most people lean towards. That's just crazy. I think I've heard that word every day of my life. I've never believed it because that doesn't make any sense. What? How can that be? But, now that I'm older, you have to look at yourself. Are you? Are you crazy? Have you considered it from a crazy person's standpoint? Have you considered it from their perspective? Think about this. From their perspective, everybody else is crazy. Everybody else is acting weird. The world is different than them. Have you thought about that? I don't know. How much am I paying you for this session?
Oh, man, it's free of charge.
Free of fucking charge?
Free of charge.
I never understand why I come to these sessions and you are the one that's laying down.
Oh, man, yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, for the people that doesn't know, a little backstory. I always was against the guys that sat in the chair all high and mighty.
Right.
And they 4-digit number chairs.
Uh-huh.
Some people with the 5-digit.
5-digit chairs?
And they sit up with their little notepad writing down while they laying on their little uncomfortable old fold-out couch they put people on.
Right.
Without the fold-out part.
Without the fold-out part?
Yeah, it's just the couch.
That's the name of it? Just the couch?
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, I'm not going to do my people like that.
I'm going
to lay down.
You're going to come with a different perspective.
Yeah. I'm going to lay down and let the people talk to me.
All right.
With the notepad in their hand.
All right.
Tell me their problems. I may even take a nap here and there. In the midst of them talking, telling me their problems.
Are you going to take a nap in the middle of me telling you that?
I may. It's may. Emphasis on may.
Right.
May or may not. May or may not.
All right. So, I saw pictures of people on Facebook yesterday. Sometimes I'm on Facebook. Sometimes I'm on Facebook.
Okay.
Yes, I heard that. I've been told that. And maybe you've noticed some people have a slight problem with me on Facebook. It seems like the account might be in some trouble.
Which ones? The pages?
Everything. Because it logs. It's doing this thing. It logs you out every 5 minutes. They like get off. What did I do?
All right.
What did I do? Am I doing too much? Did I say too much? Am I expressing too much?
I heard through the grapevine.
There's a grapevine?
There's a grapevine.
There's a grapevine.
That there was this guy named Gerald. He has no name. No last name.
Just Gerald?
Yeah, just Gerald. And he told you to release a song. No, excuse me. He told you to tell Diedrich Richter to release a poem.
A poem? Diedrich Richter writes poems.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, I heard. Yeah.
It was the Unbuckled.
The Unbuckled Shoe Part 4.
Yeah, that people been waiting on, anticipation.
The Unbuckled Shoe Part 4.
Yeah.
It's done very well, I think.
It came with a disclaimer on it.
Did it come with a disclaimer at the beginning?
Yeah, it came with a disclaimer.
Well, if it has a disclaimer, then how can you really be angry about what you're about to see or whatever happened? Well, anyway, what about the video? It was...
That's when all the shutdown came about. After that video was released, I guess... Now, I'm just reaching.
Okay.
But maybe it didn't get greenlit. At release, kind of got it set back now. The accounts are being watched. Everything's being shut down.
After that? What was so bad about it? I don't understand.
Ah, Well,
I just read what was on the paper. I've been an announcer.
All right.
Also, a radio host at 96.9 WTRKL.
Okay.
Hello. For the ladies out there, I like to say that sometimes. For the ladies, I couldn't be a misogynist. That's all I'm saying. I can't be a misogynist. I can't. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about that, but I can't do it, man. I don't dislike. I don't dislike them. You know. I can understand being angry at a few, like, oh, I don't like this kind, but as a whole, how can you? I figure something must have really happened to make you go that way. You know, I've never felt that way from the time I was born. So since a baby, what? How can you? I don't.
Maybe.
With that being said, though,
okay,
I treat them like I hate them, though. This is a no judgment zone, right?
No judgment zone.
There are times when I treat them like I hate them.
In what reference? Like the Road Runner with the Coyote, the Bugs Bunny with Elmer Fudd, or with Daffy Duck, that's a different one. Or the Rooster, Froghorn Leghorn with the dog. In what way do you treat them? These are Looney Tunes references?
I know, I'm trying to think of a Looney Tunes reference that...
Porky Pig with Sylvester the Cat.
Imagine if, like Pepe Le Pew
Yeah.
pulled your hair and told you to shut the fuck up. Is that a reference? Now that's mean. That's mean, right? That's mean.
Oh, shit.
Hey,
man.
shut the fuck up. See that? That's mean. That's mean, but that's at times. That's only at certain times. And I'll tell you that. No, this is a no judgment zone, right?
But the views, the audience might bicker on about the views.
Well,
I'm not judging.
I'm just saying what I'm expressing my truth.
But,
there are times when I am very mean. I'll call you a name too.
Yeah.
I'll call you some. Oh man, it'll get. And I don't know why. I
don't even know.
Can I say that? I can tell you that.
I think you can if you can.
I'm expressing my truth. I'll tell you too. Not you. You know, but I will tell you some very mean things, man.
Right.
And like a drill sergeant, you know, a drill sergeant.
I seen.
Like just very disrespectful. You know. Now this is discussed prior. Okay.
Oh.
It is discussed prior.
Like on contract, like
it's on contractually speaking.
Okay.
This is discussed prior. Right. Prior to this, whatever you think this is about prior to this happening, just know I am a very nice person. Who you're talking to right now is a very nice person.
So at
a certain specific time,
whatever you set before.
Whatever you set.
It could be signed document at 9:59, but at 10:01.
Usually it's about 10:04. Around 10:04 is a good time for me. Something's gonna happen.
Okay.
And then someone else is coming.
Oh.
All right. Now, once that happens, it's on you. Whatever happens after that, that's on you. All right. You have discussed whatever we discussed, and it is what it's going to be. Don't take it personal.
When does the session end? Is there a time, the end date on the paperwork, or does the session go over? Do it prolong?
You know, that's a good question, man. You know, I don't know. I think it's till exhaustion.
Okay.
Have you ever worked out till exhaustion?
Yeah.
Like they say, like do this many reps or whatever, but sometimes they don't say do those many reps. They say till exhaustion. That means until you can take no more. Until you can. I'm starting to become angry right now just thinking about it.
Hey, man, I'm the only one in there.
I know. But
the thing is, no paperwork.
But the thing is, no, it has nothing to do with you. But the thing is, though, I have. And I don't know if it's part of the whole set of whatever I have going on up there, like unlimited rage. It's just sitting there. Sometimes I wake up, I'm just fucking pissed off already, right? So it's just always there.
Have you eaten the day prior?
Oh, yeah, a lot of times it's because I'm hungry. Yeah, you're right. But the point is, I can tap into that at any time. I can tap into that
like Ultra Instinct
at any time. And you know how I can do it? This is so fucking stupid, and I shouldn't be telling you this. This is a no judgment zone, right?
No judgment zone.
You know how I can do it?
How's that?
Well, you know, I talk to myself a lot in my head. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I hear a voice in you. Are you talking your voice in your head? Are you hearing things? And you know, some people make judgments off of that about people. You know, some people make judgments about that off of people. You know, I have heard some stories in the Bible about people speaking to people in people's heads, and they thought it was a pretty cool thing. They don't look at it as schizophrenic.
Ooh, all right.
They called it some other stuff.
Reaching another level.
All I'm saying is perspective. Perspective. Just depends on what you're calling it, I guess.
Yeah.
Or who you talking to. For me, it's not a person. It happens to be a radio station. Is that weird? Is that weird? Is it a community? Do they have commercials that play? Do songs play that I've never heard before? At times. At times. Do a song get stuck in my head that's not even a real song? It's just a song that I made up?
Yes.
Yeah, it does happen.
Yeah.
I've been given a overactive imagination, right? Which some people would say is a good thing. But, man, it's also a bad thing because you can vividly imagine just about anything, right? So, what I'm saying is, in order to make myself mad, I would just have to tell myself something.
Which would be, what's the key word?
Depends on what it is. Oh, I act like something happened. Like, act like somebody just hit your kid in the head with a sledgehammer. Act like that. How would you feel? Right?
Yeah.
And I think about it in my head until I see it. And then I can get that mad. As if it's happening. I'll get into it like a role almost. Right? I used to do it when I was a kid, when I would get in trouble. Right? For doing something fucked up, like I always used to do. Right? To try to get out of it, I try to make myself cry. Right? So what I would do is imagine something terrible that just happened. I hear that's what actors do too. Right? I was watching a documentary on that. Some people can do it, some people can't. They put a little salt under their eyes, you know, or whatever, you know, to make the tears come. But some people could just take themselves somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And they go there, and it's if you were really there, and you'll start crying from that. I lost that. I can't do that anymore.
You sure?
But I used to be able to do that.
I think you can.
Or maybe I just don't like to.
You know, I don't
The
think...
people that can make themselves cry on cue, man, I've seen girls that can do that. Telling you a lie to your fucking face and crying with it. Like it's true.
What type of women are these?
Oh, the toxic kind. You don't like the toxic kind? They're good in small doses.
Small doses?
Small doses.
I always take
You can take a little bit of poison, you know?
I take it with
But, man, it's a taxing on you as a person.
I take my toxic women like how people joke about salt. When they pass you the salt and you do that and then the whole top fall off and all the salt falls onto your food. That's how I take my dose of toxicity from women. Now, some would say that would make you either want to kill them or yourself.
Yeah,
or both.
Okay, right. Now, why are we getting back to that? Why are we getting back to that? Right? If you're with a woman that's like that, it makes it very easy to be mean to them at certain times. So it matches up. Now, an argument is an aphrodisiac.
All right.
Now you come home and she starts talking some shit. You're like, oh yeah? Oh man, it's not really, you know? It's going another way. I don't know if that's toxic or not. I don't know. But I'm saying your dick shouldn't get hard in an argument. It shouldn't happen. I don't think that's the right way I don't think it should be that way.
Okay.
I don't think it should be that way. You know? Because in the end, what do you start looking for? You start looking for the arguments to get into the mood to do that. You know, it shouldn't be that way. It doesn't always have to be violence that have to, right? It's not always like that, right?
Right.
I think you're just building a pattern there. I don't know, man.
Well, I can tell you, my patterns are never the same.
Ugh, gross. What are you talking about?
Well, you know.
What are you talking about? Is Gerald talking about being nasty?
No,
I'll walk the fuck out of here right now. If Gerald's talking about being nasty, I'll walk.
I'm not talking about being nasty. I'm just saying.
Whose therapy session is this?
Well, it's both of ours. I'm laying on the couch too.
What the fuck?
You got your own couch.
Finish. Finish.
That's what she said.
That's what? There's no contractual limit. It's upon exhaustion. Do you die? That is when it ends. That's not cool. I'm joking.
Where does the energy go? The energy
What energy?
disperses. The energy
When?
disperses and goes somewhere else.
What energy?
Once you die, the exhaustion energy goes somewhere else. It either goes to the grass. Maybe it goes to the cloud in the sky, make it rain.
Depends on what you're talking about and when.
Yeah. All right, I can see that.
I don't know what you just said, but what are you talking about? Energy upon when? Upon release of what?
Of your life form.
Oh, energy never dies. It just dissipates. Spreads back out into the ether.
The dispersed part, that's what I said.
Yeah.
But doesn't it go somewhere or something?
Nah, energy never dies. It just spreads out. Sometimes they hang around.
Now we're talking about ghosts, huh?
I don't know what you want to call it, but they hang around.
Or specters.
Who's that?
The energy. Energy could be a specter.
A who?
A specter.
Like Inspector Gadget?
Nah, like a ghost.
A ghost, that's what you call them?
Yeah. Or specters. It all depends.
Why do you keep saying this word? I told you I walk out of here if you keep saying words that I don't understand. I don't use big words. That's what I'm in teacher form.
You know.
I've been told I have different personalities.
Are you? Have you?
I've been told that.
Now, break down what different personalities
I don't know.
Have you not always felt the same?
Who am I? Am I one thing? I've always felt more plural.
With the S at the end?
No, I don't think plural actually needs an S at the end. Because the word itself means more than one.
No, I mean, like, when you say you feel more than one person.
I've
like
always felt more than one person.
At the end, the S at the end of person.
Felt more than one persons?
Or persons.
I don't know. How many people would you say I am?
As many as you want to be.
I'm saying since you've personally been around me, how many would you put?
Oh,
how many can you call specifically?
Oh, one. To me, it's one. You everything and nothing at the same time.
I noticed you don't answer questions. How many distinct personalities can you name?
Give a number. One.
How many distinct personalities can you name by name?
Oh, name. Oh, sorry. Excuse me, y'all. I have not been drinking. Let's see. They got Damien, Diedrich Richter. That's two. Juan Chorizo. That's three.
Juan Chorizo. I like Juan Chorizo.
Derek Starr. That's four. Hold on. It's another Mexican. Rico Suarez.
There's no Rico Suarez.
Oh, okay. This is Rico?
There's a Dexter in there.
I got this. That's six. Kurt Yor. That's seven. Juan Alvarez.
There's no Juan Alvarez. I've never heard of him.
Okay.
That doesn't exist.
There's D Long.
There's no D Long also. This has become a ridiculous conversation.
That's Damien. That's eight. That's eight Damien already.
All right. So the point is, it sounds like at least 3 or 4.
I named 7. Now you get 3 or 4.
I don't know. Other people I hang around, I say, well, how many you think? I say about 4 or 5.
I say the number's unlimited.
I think it's unlimited. It depends on how I feel that day. And how dark it is. It's dark now.
It's dark?
It's dark.
Pitch black?
It's really, really black right now.
Like, could you see your eyeballs?
I saw people's pictures on Facebook yesterday. Because sometimes I've been on Facebook.
Yeah, I heard. What you saw, though?
I saw people family, and I was like, fuck they family.
Don't you see families all the time?
And I say, fuck they family all the time. Fuck they family. I was like, oh, that's being mean. I said that to myself. Because I talk to myself.
Okay.
We talk to us. It's a council. It's a council. We talk together.
All right, now, see, that's not bad. That's not bad.
It's a council. This is a group session. All right? We all rule together. Occasionally somebody comes along and starts being disruptive. All right? There's always going to be a disruptive person in there. He usually can be held at bay if you don't take him too far past with the drinking. If you drink until you black out, then you're going to turn into that one. And that one does what the fuck he wants to do, and it's usually not good for somebody else. you know? And I don't have any control over that one, so I don't take it there. I keep track of the different versions of myself. There's one, if I drink whiskey, I swear I'm a country singer. I swear. That's it. You can't tell me no different.
All right.
You can't tell me nothing. And even if you're not around, I'm going to still be doing it.
Forgot about Hickory Whiskey Will.
There's always Hickory Whiskey Will.
That's 8. That's 8.
There's always Hickory Whiskey Will.
Okay.
Also Raymond Moonbo. I don't know if you ever heard of Raymond Moonbo. Raymond Moonbo just recently popped up. Okay. He had a song called Meow. I don't know what I was on that day. I don't know what Brian gave me.
Professor D. That's 10.
That's a teacher. That's a teacher. It's a strict. He was a sweater vest. Also.
A Bill Cosby sweater vest?
No, I don't even know who that is.
You don't know Bill Cosby?
Nah, I know Cliff Huxtable.
Oh yeah. Okay, you do. Okay.
I know Cliff Huxtable. That's
right.
Total difference.
My bad. Cliff Huxtable. Bill Cosby did wear sweater vest too, though.
Who?
The man that's charged for statutory rape.
The Fat Albert guy?
Yeah.
Man, he used to get girls high and just do shit to them. He was just gross. He was into that. That was his kink.
They was into it.
That was his kink, you know. And you know what? No judgment zone. No judge. You know, if you can't judge anybody in a no judgment zone. You can't just pick what you don't want to judge. Even that right there, can't judge it. That was his kink. He did it to his girlfriends. They was dating. He didn't even have to drug them. That's how you know it's a kink.
He also did it to his mistresses because he was married.
Oh, well, you know, hey, you know, he had a lot of pudding money. So things are different when you have a lot of pudding money.
And I'm not being that guy of choosing sides, but I'm just saying, since this is a no judgment zone,
right?
What woman goes to a man's hotel room at 2 a.m? I'm just saying, you know, the man is married. Now, when I was a kid, I was told nothing's open except for 24-hour stores and Lex.
I don't think that's what they told you. They wrong. People say nothing open. A lot of stuff is open. Whataburger is open. Walgreens is open. IHOP is open. Waffle House is... Did I say Waffle House already?
Waffle House.
Waffle House is open. Gas stations are open. There's lots of stuff that's still open. That's the time I'm usually up. I don't know why people say that. Like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, that's usually my lunchtime.
Yeah.
I'm just usually eating around that time. That's hard to process if you like if you're dating somebody, right? And you like up all night. It's like that's what you used to. So you might go to your friend's house. Y'all both work overnight at like 1 or 2 in the morning. And that's normal to y'all. But man, it look different if you in a relationship. It look like you just leaving at like 2 in the morning, you know?
Yeah. Some would say, go and get some poontang.
Go and get some of that poontang. Some would say. It certainly would look like that. I guess. So I guess what you would do is just invite them over to the house. They can come to the house, right? They can hang out.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, wait a minute. Now you got your friend over at 2 o'clock in the morning? Making all that fucking noise while I'm trying to sleep? Oh, shit. It don't work that way either. Or what if we could be quiet, though? Can we be quiet? I don't know. Can we? I don't know. All I know is at the end of the day, you can't do either one. Well, what do you do then? Well, what do you do? What are your options?
Escape this reality?
You have to escape the reality in some kind of way.
Yeah.
What do you do? Sometimes I play a video game.
Is that allowed?
It is not fully accepted in some places, but allowed when you think about what the alternative could be. I could be at the fucking pool hall getting buttery nipples, which are really good drinks. Have you had a buttery nipple?
Nah. I had a chocolate nipple.
Buttery nipples have caramel.
Also, I Hershey Kisses.
I don't know what that is, and I think you're being gross.
I'm sorry.
So you just play a video game, and it beats the alternative, you know? Wait a minute. You're playing it too much. You're playing it too much now. It looks like you're having too much fun with it. I don't like that. Wait a minute, is that a problem too? think that's a problem too. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, what can you do?
Watch a movie?
Can you watch a movie? Yeah, try that. All right. Movie works. But what if it's boring, though? What if the movie's boring, though? Oh, no. What if you're watching a documentary? You could be watching a documentary. Who wants to watch a fucking documentary? Me. I watch the fuck out of a documentary. Because if I'm not watching a documentary, I'm probably watching a cartoon. Is that weird? That could be weird to somebody. I don't know. How often do you see somebody watching old Popeye cartoons? See anybody doing that?
No, I ain't seen
You see anybody doing that? Nah, that's what I do. That's what I would do. Sometimes I watch stuff like that. It's entertaining to me. Some people think that's a little strange. Where do you get something like that from? I get it from my dad. My dad used to do that. My dad loved watching old cartoons.
I think, yeah.
That's where I get it from. So every time I watch it, reminds me of him. It's kind of locked in like that. So it has a whole story behind it, and it has a sentimental value to it almost. Do I feel like fucking explaining that every time I'm looking at a cartoon at 3 o'clock in the morning? I don't fucking feel like saying that every time. Do I need to say that? I don't feel the need to fucking explain myself. It makes me disagreeable as a person. Hard to be in a relationship with somebody so disagreeable. I'm grumpy a lot of times. Quite honest. There's no judgment zone.
No judgment.
Sometimes I wake up and I just want to punch somebody. Is that all right?
Nope.
No, it's not all right, so I don't do that. But I think about it. But you know what my grandmother used to tell me? Because I've been like this since a kid. You know what my grandmother used to tell me?
What's that?
You know what she used to say? My grandmother used to say it. Not my big mama, my grandmother.
Okay.
Not my big mama, my grandmother.
Okay.
That's two different ones. I had the big mama and I had a grandmother.
I get it.
One was called grandmother and one was called big mama.
I get it.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Can we get to the epilogue?
What my grandmother used to say. She said, be nice. Be nice. And then, because it would usually be when I'm going through some kind of rage.
Wasn't that the calm down mantra?
Be nice?
Yeah.
Yeah. Be nice. And then I have to, for whatever reason, when she said that, I have to consider, am I being mean at the time? Am I taking it too far? Have I lost my temper in some way that is disproportionate to what's going on? Because that can happen sometimes, you know, depending on if somebody catches me. Like right now, it's pretty dark. It's dark, it's hollow, it's numb. I'm on the downward side of it. It's probably the deepest. It's got to come up from here. It's so wonderfully dark in here. What does that mean? It means it's wonderfully sad. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? Have you ever been to the abyss?
You asking? Because I'm always in the abyss. It's my lair.
Well, you live there, like all the time.
Yeah, 24/7, man. It is a wonderful, magnificent place. You know? I share it with the epitome of my self-loathing.
Oh, you have self-loathing?
Yeah, self-loathing.
And you know what I found out?
What's that?
A couple years back? Man, that is not good. That is not good. Now, a couple years ago, I didn't give a fuck, about, whatever. But I found out, man, that's a root of a lot of things. Self-love is important. You have to like yourself. I've never been a fan, I've seen better, But they say you have to a little bit because when you don't, you accept things. You accept things. You accept things at a low level. You like, you'll accept people treating you a certain kind of way. And think, well, yeah, they should treat me that way because I'm a piece of shit anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I don't care about me. Then you just put up with anything. Your standards are lowered when it's like that.
Low?
Low.
But zero?
A lot of times it's not your fault. A lot of times that came from somewhere. Somebody tried to put you there a long time ago, or somebody used you as some type of punching bag or some punishment for something you had nothing to do with, and always told you was a piece of shit. Always really wanted to let you know all the time.
That hurts.
You was, like growing up as a kid. You know, people who do that, somebody did that to them. And that's the only way they know. So they do it to others. Verbal abuse. Some people are verbally abused as children. So all they know is verbal abuse. And they woke up, and when they get older, they verbally abuse their children. Not knowing they're verbally abusing their children. They think they are just talking. They think they are just talking. That is the way that they have been spoken to. Now, if you don't know the difference, you'll carry on doing that same thing. You know? And somewhere you have to snap that. Snap that.
Like break their neck?
I mean, I'm not advocating that. But I'm saying snap that curse. That generational curse.
Oh.
Some things passed down.
Oh, yeah, well, just don't pass nothing down about not having...
First, you have to recognize that it's there, though.
Just don't have no next generation.
Yeah, you have to make sure it's there, though. And then you can snap it. Like a neck of a turkey.
That's messed up, man.
What? It happens.
That's messed up.
I like turkey necks. I consider it slave food. But it's very tasty. It's very dark where it's pretty dark in there, man. Hey, you know what I like about it, though?
What's that?
It's extremely creative.
Yeah.
It's like the blackest black canvas. You can draw anything on it. But you just feel like shit while it's going on. That's all. The only thing is, you're just a piece of shit while it's happening. And wait, hold on. Everyone hates you. Don't forget that part.
I wonder how...
I don't know why, man. It's a weird brain thing. That's kind of weird.
I wonder how Picasso felt.
I think he was manic depressive also. A lot of the artists are.
I know Geppetto was because he never
Now,
had a son.
Now, Geppetto is a cartoon character.
But
so...
It's still a real perspective, though.
I mean, I guess.
This is the perfect example. Disney...
For those of you who don't know, Geppetto is the creator of Pinocchio. He created a wooden boy because that's all he ever wanted, which I thought was a peculiar perspective on the story. I need some backstory there. Where's his wife? Why doesn't he have a wife? Why is all he want is a boy?
He never could find...
I needed the backstory, I guess.
In the original backstory that was actually written about Pinocchio before, Disney always cleans up everything. The original backstory was he could never find a mate. Somebody to love him and have a family with.
It's because he built all those fucking clocks and nobody could sleep in that fucking house? Is that why? Is that why? Who gonna want to sleep in your house with all those fucking clocks? Who gonna sleep in there? And they all go off at certain... Do you hear that ticking? Is that what it is? How come he couldn't find a woman? He had a cat. Hold on. I think this story goes somewhere else. How old was Geppetto?
I think in his 60s.
Never found a mate, huh? Not one girl?
Yeah. Hey, I didn't write the story.
All right. I'm just saying. Maybe his wife died. If they gave him a wife that died, then...
Yeah, but he didn't. I don't think he had one. In the original story where Pinocchio was an actual boy that was doing bad things and horrible stuff, he didn't have a wife. He wasn't married at all. It was a crudely drawn. Like, take the Pinocchio that you see in the Disney movie and turn him real skinny and tall. Like, maybe make him about 5'11", right? And that's how he was. That's how he was portrayed. And he was gullible because he had the mind of a child.
Right.
So people...
He sent him to school the next day.
Yeah.
He did
take him to school.
This is the thing. This is the thing. And I watched this movie not that long ago, and when I watch movies, I watch them critically.
Acclaim?
Critically. I watch them critically.
Okay.
Critically acclaimed means that critics have watched a movie and they've said that it's good. That's critically acclaimed. I said I watch movies critically. As I watch every aspect of it. The animation,
The sound,
the lights. I watch it. I watch this shit. The story arcs, the holes in the story. I'm watching this shit. And the captions are on. So I'm fucking reading it too.
they kind of ruined it sometimes, though.
Not for me.
You don't?
For me, it helps me to focus on the movie because my mind is always going at least 16 different places. Right? For me to focus on something, I have to be doing at least 2 different things towards that. So, if I'm watching a movie, if the caption's on, I'm watching it and reading it, it'll keep my focus the whole time. Because if I'm watching it and reading it, if somebody's sitting next to me, and then they start popping their gum or something like that, I can't watch the movie. I've forgotten what they said because I can hear the person next to me. Because I'm always paying attention to everything. I can hear the wind blow, you know,
Yeah.
seats creaking, you know. It messes me up. Which is why Gerald is a terrible person to go to a movie with.
I knew you was gonna reference me, and
That's
not
why
true.
Gerald is a
That is not
terrible
true. I don't move.
person
I sit
to
down,
go to the movies
I
with.
sit down and I focus on it.
Gerald is the most terrible person
That is not true.
to go to the movie. He talks the whole time.
He pulls out his phone.
Hey, I'm Shazamming songs. I need those songs, baby.
What person goes to the movie theater and purposely look up the ending to see if there's something after the credits?
So I cannot miss nothing. I paid my
Just
money.
watch the movie.
No, I paid my money. I want to know if there's a stinger at the end.
You ruining it for yourself.
It don't tell me what the stinger is. It just says if there's a stinger.
How about just sit there in anticipation to know if the credits?
Fuck that. I
after-
want to know. Because if I sit here this whole fucking time and nothing is here, guess what? Now I'm pissed off.
At least you ain't gotta walk
Nah, I'm
and bump
pissed
into people, because then everybody's already left.
I do like when people leave. It's been a long... Maybe, I'm mad because I haven't been to the movie. Maybe I was mad because I saw those family pictures yesterday because, maybe I was a little jelly belly.
Jelly belly.
Maybe I was jelly belly.
You had jelly in your belly?
Maybe I had a little jelly in my belly. Is that where that comes from? Is that what you're so mad about? It's because you don't have that. Oh, you just sad. That's why you mad. Is that what that's about?
Jelly belly, huh?
Just being a little jelly belly. Oh, you want to have a matching sweater on too? That's what it is. Oh, you just a little jelly belly. Oh, you mad? So what you gonna say about it? I know what I'm gonna say. What you gonna say to yourself? What you gonna say?
What's that?
That shit fake. That shit fake. They don't even like each other.
Man.
Fuck them.
Hey, you know.
That shit fake.
You
He
know
probably cheating on her.
Oh, man.
That ain't real. They fighting. That ain't shit. That's what you say when you hating and your little jelly belly. I'm speaking for myself. I believe in doing shadow work.
Shadow work?
Shadow work.
Like a shadow dancer?
No, that's a different person. And I'm trying not to bring that person back out again.
That's 11, no.
Shadow dancer is a totally different person. It did not work good the last time.
think
Actually,
Shadow
it worked
Dance-
really
it
good.
did.
Actually, it did work really good.
I heard
But it
some-
made me uncomfortable about how good it worked
It was critical.
because I do not like adulation.
Adulation?
I do not like adulation.
Is that a form of agitation?
No, it's like somebody admiring somebody. Oh, that's good what you did there. Adulation makes me nervous. Because I always feel like they're trying to be funny or something. I come from a place where you are insulted often.
You also come from a place where,
So if somebody give you a compliment, they really fucking with you. You know? So you don't know how to take them. Somebody say, oh, you look nice today. What they really mean is you look fucked up. That's what they mean.
I don't know, man.
Where I was from, that's how it was.
Yeah, you was from a different time.
Hey, like that outfit, they mean your outfit is fucked up.
That was a different time then.
And they finna laugh when you walk away. It was a different time back then?
That was a different. Well, for you, that was a different time.
I don't know. That's why I know how to take compliments.
Man, hey, man, I say, hey, good music there. That's good music. I like the music.
I don't know.
Man, I don't like a lot of things. So,
Yeah.
I think the difference between men and women is, they say women use that word love so loosely. They love everything, anything and everything. But if you hear a man say love, you know he mean it because he rarely use it. You know, especially you rarely hear a man say, "Man, I love that right there." You don't even hear a man talk about his vehicle or saying that he love his truck or his car. Because love is a big word. You know, it's different perspective of how it can be looked. But, you know, so you come from a different time. Maybe in your time, men was using love all over the place.
They're using on R&B songs.
All right.
R&B songs have a lot of that in there. I like R&B songs.
All right. I didn't have R&B in my time.
Love, and so many things. Good song, man.
What about the song
Good
that
song.
people don't listen to? If you break down and listen to his words or read the lyrics, the dude that made the song, "When a Man Loves a Woman," that is a deep song.
Man, who wrote that? I think I looked that up.
It's a deep song.
That's some real shit.
I didn't know what he was saying.
Man, I
was
knew
a
what he was
kid.
saying. I knew what he was saying.
But hearing it as an adult, it make you go, "I done that."
That's on my sad songs playlist. Who has a sad songs playlist? A playlist specifically with sad songs. Make you want to cry. Make your soul leak out from the bottom of your heart. All these songs are going to do that. They're going to make you feel even shittier than you feel already. A whole playlist of this. Who has that? Me, I got that. This is my super sad songs playlist. You play them on the darkest dark days. Sometimes it even helps you cry a little bit. Because you know crying actually releases some endorphins. Sometimes I do it like once a year. I'll pick a day. I say, let me weep a little bit today. And I weep. 1 second only.
You know, Jesus wept.
1 second only.
Jesus wept.
1 second, one tear. Not all the way down the cheek. Halfway. And you got to suck it back up. Is that toxic?
I don't think you know how
Is
to.
that toxic?
I don't think you know how to make a tear.
I don't know if I
you
can,
be
man.
shot 100 times and not one tear come
I don't
out.
think so. I think I'm numb. I think I'm just numb.
I think you can blow up a hospital and be fine.
The views of this person.
I don't just say
this person's alone.
I just say
I have no aspirations or inclinations to whatever he just said.
I think
He was talking about a cartoon, I'm sure.
I'm thinking you're more of a Gotham character. You're a Joker. Joker has no immediate care.
Well, my brother's always been a hero. I've always been a supervillain.
Right? So, and have you ever seen the Joker cry? I seen the Joker get his ass pummeled to death and not drop a tear.
He's a narcissist.
Yeah. He does love. He loves one thing, and that's pissing off Batman.
I don't know. I think he, I don't know, man. You know, he had a psychotic break. You know, I'm going from the perspective of, you know, how his pregnant wife died. His pregnant wife died, you know.
Yeah, go ahead.
She burned up in the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he had a job that he was having to do, and he was going to do the job, you know, because he needed the money for his wife and kid that was on the way. So he agreed to do some shit, right? It was probably on a Wednesday when he had to do it. His wife died on a Tuesday. So Tuesday night, the guys come meet up with him. They're like, hey, man, you know, we're still doing that thing, right? Tuesday fucking night, she died that morning. She's like, yeah, man, we still got to do it. And he was like, he didn't want to, but he fucking did it, right? So when he goes there, and he's doing just this one thing, and maybe this money that he get from this help him start new or something. I don't know. Because right now he's feeling fucking numb as fuck, you know, because his wife just died and the kid that was on the way. He was trying to have an inspiring career as a comedian.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But it wasn't panning out too good for him, so he was doing some other shit. So he's like, yeah, you got to come out tomorrow or whatever. And he didn't want to. He said, man, you know, I'm not into it. I don't know. They kind of forced him into it. So he goes there and he does it. And when they leaving out, fucking Batman show up. Because that's what he does, you know? He chases people around at night because he saw his parents get killed in front of him. It gave him some kind of disorder where now he pretends to be a Batman at night. But he don't use guns because he saw his parents get killed with a gun. He's actually a little crazy, if you think about it. Anyway, Batman shows up, punches him, knocks him into acid. Turns his face fucking white now. Now, not only is your wife dead and your kid, they burned up in a fire. Who started that fire, by the way? Who knows? Now, not only that, now your face is white and your hair's green. Now your face is white and your hair's green. Now you're just a walking joke. Then you start to wonder, why is life fucking with me this way? Why did I do to deserve this? And then it happens. And then you fucking snap. And then you have the Joker. That's the backstory that goes to it. Now it starts to make a little bit more sense when you see where he came from. But he is nuts. He is nuts. Well, who's to say Batman is? Who's to say Batman is? I think he is. It's all a matter of perspective, I guess. I don't know what Gerald is because he's actually looking at his phone right now.
No, I'm thinking as you're talking.
Which doesn't really translate well for radio. It makes for...
I don't like to overtalk a person because I know that they're trying to get their point across. And it doesn't, back and forth situation where one person's talking, another person start talking. Maybe the other person is over talking, the other person's getting upset because he's being over talked. I don't like to overshadow. I don't like to undershadow. Now, undershadow is something that doesn't exist, but this is a Geraldism, so I'm about to make it up. Undershadow is when I'm low talking. Low talking is when you can't hear me, but I'm saying words. Over talking is when I'm overly talking to what you're saying to where you hear me and I don't hear nothing that you're saying. Now, that's besides the point. Back to this Joker and Batman reference. Batman is the richest dude in Gotham, right? He can literally buy 10 cities,
right?
50 states, if he wanted to. He's the richest man beyond belief. Now, some would say, why he don't fix up the city? Why he don't enforce more laws, get more police, clean up the streets, whatever the case may be. Some could say, hey, he's the only person that is able to stop these people because of his technology. Well, why not give the technology to the cops? Train them, expand, right? But then someone else could say, there's another perspective is, these people have superpowers,
Which one? The bad guys?
Yeah. You got
a lot of times the bad guys have different psychological problems. The Joker being a narcissist.
Mr. Frost?
I can't quite pinpoint where Mr. Freeze is because...
Oh, Mr. Freeze, I'm sorry.
Because his story arc is his wife died.
Yeah, his wife.
His wife died, and he just became very cold after that. He was very cold. Somebody killed him right in front of him. I think it was Wayne.
That was messed up.
That was a messed up story. I watched that episode as a kid and cried. I cried on that episode.
Oh, so you cried?
I cried on that
so
episode.
It
I was
went
a kid.
The cheek.
It went all the way. It was sad as fuck, man.
Right.
His wife, oh man, she was sick and he was keeping her in his chamber trying to take care of her.
Yeah.
And he was doing some stuff with.
He almost had it.
He almost had it.
He was gonna get her back to life.
He was finna get it, but he was using some electricity from a place that they did not appreciate it. Wayne Industries, they said, "Shut this shit down," man. And when they went to shut this shit down, that's when something blew up. Oh yeah, that's right. Something blew up, and then he got caught up in whatever it was. Yeah. So not only is his wife dead, again, another story like that. Now he got to be cold at all times.
Yeah. He
have to be cold at all times. He's just cold, man. How you gonna get so? I'm not gonna think about it. How you gonna? I'm not gonna think. I'm just saying. How you gonna? Huh?
The next one.
How you gonna?
But I don't know. I don't.
I'd be mad as fuck too. Girl wanna suck your popsicle. That would make me pissed off. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying though. It's me and I have two brothers. Right? So when we watch a show, I don't know if y'all ever did that. When we watch a show, you start picking out people. Well, it's my person. They always pick the good guys, right? And to me, that's lame. I don't want the good guys. I'm going to pick the bad guy. I know you're going to lose in the end, but I'm always a bad guy. I think they funny. They always laughing all the time. You see the good guys laughing all the time?
Nah.
It's always the bad guys having the most fun. They usually, something wrong with them. They fucked up. And they get caught in the end doing something stupid.
Which would be?
A lot of times, they don't have group unity. I noticed
They tried that.
a lot of times they don't have group unity. It's because bad guys are bad guys because of some flaw in their personality, right? A lot of it has to do with ego, you know? And if you can't really have a team together with egos, because people start thinking they're trying to outshine each other. People, why am I listening to him? Why am I, you know? And that's usually the downfall of all of these bad guy teams. Usually it's the if it works the best when there's one bad guy, right? And then he got cronies, the goons, like 2 or 3 of them. And they just dumb. They just listen to what he say. You know? That works up to a point. But duos of bad guy teams, egos clash. At least that's what I found.
All right. I'm going to give my perspective. Now, the reason why I think it doesn't work, right? Because it kind of worked. You ever seen the movie Dark Knight? It worked on Dark Knight, right? But then somebody's like, hey, man, we got this crazy guy we're going to bring in. He's like, crazy guy, man, we don't need nobody else. We already got it all together. We got the money and stuff, blah, blah, blah. We don't need no extra people. It's like, man, this crazy guy, he knows how to get Batman so we can kill off Batman and so on and so forth to do our thing. They meet the crazy guy. Crazy guy's Joker. Now, what Joker does, right? They are a group of misfit gang members, mobsters, whatever you want to call it, and they all banded together. Piles and piles of money touching to the ceiling. All their money together in one place. The Joker comes in, takes over. Dude like, hey, you not taking over, da 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 da. Kills the one guy with a pencil. With a pencil. And he's like, hey, anybody else got something to say? Everybody's like, nah, man, nah. So then he had all the guys come meet him somewhere in the warehouse where all their money was at. How did he get all their money? Nobody knows. But all their money was together. I guess they're supposed to split the proceeds to each other. That's whatever. He was on top of it. He made like a pyramid mountain of the money.
I wonder who stacked that for him.
Right?
You have to have cronies for that.
And then all you see is him sliding down the mountain. They all in disbelief. Mm-hmm. He's like, hey guys, don't even worry about this money. We gonna get more money. And then he tossed a match and burnt all their money.
He burnt all the money?
Burnt all their money.
All the money right in front of him?
In front of him. Now, one would think if somebody would have disagreed with that guy, if everybody would have just kicked the one guy out that was like, hey man, let's bring in this crazy dude, they probably had their money. But hold on, that's your strike 2. We ain't making it to strike 3. This is baseball. Strike 3 is he betrayed all of them guys and have them all locked in jail.
Wow, he did?
Yeah. They were all in court and they got locked up. Now, one would say, well, what happened to the Joker? What happened to the Joker?
Sounds like he consolidated power in one fell swoop. Which is some gangster shit. Sound like he was on some gangster shit.
So,
and burnt all that money up?
And burnt all the money. So,
sound like he was some gangster shit.
So,
the Joker I know has always been a gangster.
Right?
He wear a purple suit.
He's
just a little crazy. That's all. He's a little crazy.
He also want to tell you how he got the cuts on his face.
It depends on what version of the Joker you're talking about.
That is true. Let me agree.
The one I agree with is the one that happened with his wife. I like that story.
He didn't have that cut. I
like that story. There's another version where he just got knocked in some acid. You know, his name was something else, and then he became crazy. But
the version you agree with, lost his wife. That was the one where he tried to tell the Batman a joke.
That's on Netflix. That's the Killing Joke.
And as he was dying in Batman's arms, he told Batman a joke, and Batman laughed.
Yeah, he did laugh. What was the joke though? I could never remember the joke.
I can't either, man. I can't.
It was something about walking across something. It was something about being crazy too, because they have an understanding that they're both crazy. And he kind of needs him.
In the medical world?
Which is why he doesn't kill him.
In the medical, yeah, he did. He told him in the midst of why he was dying.
He had the opportunity to kill him, but he can't. He didn't even kill him after he killed Robin.
Man, did you see how he killed Robin?
Nah, I remember.
He beat him to death and then blew him up.
Joker's a little crazy. That's why he goes to Arkham Asylum. You know what Arkham Asylum is? It's where they keep all of these crazy people. There's a man in there, and he thinks, get me on this one.
All right.
He thinks that his puppet is him. He has a puppet that's a gangster. Got a hat on, call him Scarface. He even got a Tommy gun, right? He a normal looking guy.
And it shoots real bullets.
It shoot real bullets. He look like a normal guy. He like an accountant or something. But when that thing is on his hand, it speaks for him. It don't speak without him.
It turns him into the dummy.
Who knows? He just the guy standing there. But Scarface, the thing on his hand, has a whole gang following. How you follow a pup? I don't know.
You see how badass that puppet is?
Yeah, he is pretty bad. But he's locked up in Arkham Asylum. That's the point of what I'm saying. It's Two-Face. He's a little bit of a bipolar guy.
But you know how that was caused, though, right?
That was a good story how that caused. He got in a fight with this kid at school one day. And he hit him so hard, right? They had to go to the hospital, right? Mm-hmm. He felt so bad about that he decided to suppress his rage, right? Never get mad about nothing, ever. Never express it because of what he did, right? Well, you can't do that. That creates a monster on the inside, you know? You can't suppress something for that long. He didn't know that the kid went to school because he had pancreatitis. That's why he went to the hospital, not because he hit him so hard. Had he have known that, maybe he'd felt better. But as he was getting older, that dark side of him that he was suppressing was starting to come out in his dreams. It was starting to approach him. It was trying to release itself. I think he needed some kind of medication. Looking back now, if some kind of medication could have helped him, but in the midst of him running for office, it just kind of came out because this guy tried to extort him. This gangster got his files from his psychiatrist. He had been talking to his psychiatrist about this stuff, and he's running for office. He can't let nobody know that he got this whole dark side going on. It's not good for politics, you know? Right. So this dude is trying to extort him named Rupert Thorne. He said, yeah, we're going to tell everybody about Big Bad Harv. He called him Big Bad Harv because his real name is Harvey Dent. The dark side of him is Big Bad Harv. Big Bad Harv don't take no shit. His voice is deeper. He don't give a fuck. And he flipped his coin. And if the coin say yes, then he does it. If it says no, then he ain't gonna do it. Yep. That's his code he lived by.
I want that coin.
Big Bad fucking Harv, man. And he dark. But Rupert Thorne said, I'm finna tell everybody this unless you give me something he wanted from him. And then he freaks out. He's like, I'm not doing that. He kind of transitioned into Big Bad Harv. Okay. And Big Bad Harv have a relentless rage to him. And he's crazy, man. All right. He lost it with his girl, Grace. At one point, he was with this girl named Grace. And I don't know, it wasn't working out because his rage was building.
Misogynistic, huh?
No, he was just mad. He was just mad. He wasn't mad against women.
I think he hit him.
No, he didn't hit him.
He didn't hit her?
No. He hit the wall. He punched the wall. Because you can't show a guy hitting a woman on a cartoon. This isn't a cartoon.
Why not? You show Batman kicking women ass all the time.
That is in a fight. You can't just come home and say, shut up, girl, and hit a girl because you won't get that cartoon put on. There are restrictions of things that you can show in a cartoon. That's why. That's the rules that they make. That's all I'm saying.
All right, I agree. But let me ask you this question. We'll get back on that topic. Have you seen the new Justice League?
And as the story goes on, Rupert Thorne meeting is interrupted by Batman.
Like my story was.
Batman shows up and tries to stop the whole extortion of Harvey Dent, who is a friend of his in real life.
Yeah.
They friends in real life. He knows Bruce Wayne. He don't know he's Batman, but he knows Bruce Wayne.
I don't think nobody knows but the butler.
In the midst of the fighting, he runs out. Somebody runs out with the briefcase with all the evidence in it that could tell everybody that Harvey Dent is some
Mr.
Big Bad Harv on the inside. He crazy. He go chasing after him. Then Batman go chasing after him too. And then, man, what do you know? Something happens. Somebody falls. The paperwork goes away. Boom. It falls into the acid or whatever. But Harvey gets half of his face blown off. Boom! Whole half his body. Boom! Now he fucked up all on one side of his face. After that, he lost it. Mm-hmm. After that, he lost it, and then he just became completely Big Bad Harv.
Nah, he changed. Right? It wasn't Big Bad Harv. That's when he became Two-Face.
That calls himself Two-Face now.
Yeah, Two-Face.
But Two-Face is Big Bad Harv.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
He is. He still got that normal face on that one side, but on the other side is
But the Two-Face, even the Two-Face voice changed because it's not the same as Big Bad Hard's voice.
His voice is deeper.
Yeah.
That's some major.
He has like, not cerebral palsy, but like he got that lip where it leans over. It's like, yeah, see, you know how to do it. I'm not good at voice acting.
Well, Batman just keeps coming around and blowing people up for different reasons, and that's what makes supervillains, you know. Not Catwoman. She's just like stealing shit.
Nah, she's just horny. Any woman running around the streets in latex, spandex.
She's a Catwoman.
She's horny. Yeah, she's a Catwoman, all right. She got that cat woman.
Have you been diagnosed as creepy?
No, I've been diagnosed as schizo. Randomized words. I won't say, what is that? What does that mean? That means I say random things at different times. Now, you diagnosed it as Geraldisms. Geraldisms has been brought up several times. Geraldisms.
I don't know what the fuck you be talking about.
Thank you. See, Geraldism. Geraldism was first founded a couple years back when I had got a word mixed up. We were sitting in the laboratory. Me, Dirk Old McGurk.
Please don't call me that.
And this white guy, cool white guy. Can't remember his name. I'm kind of mad that I can't remember his name because he's very, very cool. And we was all having a conversation at the round table. And then somebody comes in through the laboratory door. And then we just got real quiet.
It wasn't Denise, right?
No, it wasn't Denise. She didn't work there. And I was like, well, I can't say this out loud. So I was like, let me text it. So I texted to old Dirk Jesus. Because I can't call him Dirk McGurk.
Please don't call me that either.
Okay. I texted to Deborah Lachowitz.
I kind of like that one. I kind of like that one. I kind of like that one. It sounds foreign. Stegalopolis. I like that one. I can go with that.
I text the word awkward to his phone. But in my mind, because I'm not the brightest crayon in the box, I used to go into slow classes.
That happens. I've been in slow classes. That's fine.
Plus, I was also dropped on my head as a baby.
That happens. That happened with me a lot of times.
Yeah, but that's another story for another time.
Right.
So I text awkward. But then he looked up and he said, occurred? I said, awkward. And he say, hey man, look at this. This say occurred, don't it? And then I looked down and I said, oh, no, I didn't even look down yet. I said, oh, no, man, I forgot the cue.
I forgot the cue.
Now,
I couldn't believe I heard. I forgot you said that until just now. He was trying to text me awkward. Awkward. That's what he was trying to say. Just so I would look at my phone and be like, oh, that was awkward, that situation. Which the situation that had happened was awkward. Because I don't know what we were talking about before the person came in. But if it was me talking, it was probably something bad. You know? So it was awkward, but I looked at my phone and it says occurred. I'm like, occurred? What occurred? I start overthinking. You know, because that's what I do. I start analyzing. Occurred. Did something occur? Was this an occurrence? Is this some kind of, what is he talking? Is this code? Is this, I'm racking my brain, man, because I'm like, okay, what does he mean? This nigga was trying to spell awkward. This nigga was trying to spell awkward. He think that's how you spell it. I said, what does this mean? Before I even asked him, he said, awkward. I said, this is occurred. This says occurred. Occurred. That's what this says. And then he says, oh, well, I forgot the cue. I forgot the cue. And I wish I could say he was being funny. I don't think he was being funny. I think he was dead ass serious, man. I think he was dead ass fucking serious. He don't even start. He starts with an A. Does he know? What's he talking about?
Man, I don't.
This is a member of my team. Do you understand? A member of my team. He represents me at this place where I am, at this warehouse at the time. He thinks he forgot the cue. Who interviewed him? Who interviewed him? I remember asking myself, who interviewed him? Why is he on my team? Sometimes I think they put people on my team just for a joke.
That was a bad
We
joke.
have a rough and tumble job that we do at night. We need specific kinds of people in here. Why did you give me an old lady? Why did you give me an old lady? She is 75 years old. She listens to gospel music. She can barely lift anything. Why did you put her on my team? I need to be in control of these interviews. That's what I remember thinking. Then one day I got a Barbie doll. Why do I have a Barbie doll on my team?
I thought about that.
Why is this blonde? What is going on?
She couldn't lift nothing.
She couldn't do shit.
Nothing at
It
all.
was really hard to find what she was good at.
She couldn't even pull a pallet jack.
Why is she? Then I found out why later. Because someone wanted to bone her. That's why. She was promised that so somebody could bone her later. Don't dump your people you want to bone on me. It puts me at a disadvantage. You know how much trouble she caused me? It's how I was showing her favoritism.
I ain't know that.
It's how I was showing her favor. There are other women on the team.
Yeah.
It's not just guys, it's girls on the team too.
Yeah.
And some of the girls can pick up concrete bricks. You know? She can't do fucking shit. Like, I could try to make her do it, but she would, like, break. She tried. She just couldn't. So I had to do a menial task. Like labeling shit, you know?
She couldn't do that.
Yeah, then that was a problem, too. She couldn't really do that. Then I decided she was just a waste. She had to go to daytime after that.
Yeah, you switched up to the cashier. Well,
She had to go up there. Yeah, she should have stayed the fucking cashier. I don't know why they thought she was going to be... That wasn't going to fucking work.
It makes you wonder, did she even apply for overnights, or was that the only position on them?
Maybe that was just where they wanted to get her in at, and then they was going to elevate her from that. Because whoever promised her whatever only did it so they could bone her.
And
Can I say bone?
It did succeed.
It did succeed.
It
It did work
succeeded
out.
so well, it started a fight.
It did start a fight later. Not with me. It had nothing to do with me. I was just a pawn in this game that you were playing. Sometimes they would give me crazy people. Crazy people. Because, you know, it was an overnight job, and that's usually when crazy people are up. So you got to be kind of crazy to stay up all night.
Yeah.
It helps, at least.
Or insomnia. Have
Something like that. So a lot of times I would get some crazy people. I remember one of them attacked the daytime people.
Whoa, I didn't hear that.
At one point, I was handing out awards to the crew, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they said I didn't award the crew members enough, and I just insulted them a lot.
Well,
And-
that's their perspective.
That's their perspective, whatever. You know, I believe in being upfront. You know, I'm an upfront guy. So, wait a minute. No. No, this was before that. This was before the rise. Oh, no. Somebody else was giving out awards. Right? Who was doing the similar thing.
All right.
Right? But he started giving them out to everybody. He gave them out to this one guy that worked hard. Right? This was a supervisor above me.
Okay.
He was giving them out to my crew members.
Okay.
Right? I hadn't acquired that power yet to do that. But he was giving them out to random people. Right? And this guy that he gave it to deserved it absolutely. But the other people that got it, they were just there. You know? And they was nowhere near his kind of potential of working. And to him, because he was already crazy, it was a tremendous insult. They even gave him a t-shirt. It was an insult. He's like, they just giving these out to anybody. He was mad, you know? So he came back that day while everybody was asleep and tried to drive his car in the warehouse during the daytime hours while customers were there. He stopped in the middle of the door and he had his shirt on that they had gave him, but he had cut it up in shreds as if it was some kind of, like a castaway or something.
All right. Oh.
And he started handing out flyers talking about Home Depot it was some kind of manifesto. I don't know. It was dangerous. People got scared. And then he got in his car. He drove off. When I woke up that night to get ready to come and work, they told me that. And I thought it was funny. I started laughing. In my head, I didn't say it out loud because I'm professional. But in my head, I'm laughing. I told him not to give them awards out.
Hey, you gonna make people
And they
jealous.
said, there you go. You and your crazy crew. You and your psycho crew. That's something you're a psycho crew too. That's all y'all do. Crazy shit and dance. And break shit. That's what they said, man. And he lost it, man. He was mad to the bitch.
Snap.
He snapped. And I was thinking, man, I lost him, man. He was a good dude, man. He was a good dude. He's just crazy. He looked like Akon. If you weren't trying to wonder what he looked like, picture that. Picture Akon. That's what he looked like.
I never thought about that. I thought he was a white guy.
No, it was a black dude. I know it changes, huh? You would think it was a white dude.
Perspective changes.
You would think it was a white dude, huh? It wasn't. He is a black dude, and he looked like Akon. Some people was from California and had a California accent.
Man.
He lost his shit, man.
He could have snapped right then and now.
He snapped. That night I was at work, cops just kept patrolling the whole building. Because they thought he was coming back. People were scared. The dude that sent the thing out,
yeah,
and he didn't want to come to work that night. He was scared. They don't get scared now. Told you that motherfucker was crazy, man. But man, he was a good worker. Another one of the workers came to my house and sliced his leg open in front of me. I never saw a person slice their own leg. It was his thigh. He raised his pant leg up, and he took a knife and he dug it in his leg. And he drug it from his knee up his thigh. I remember when his skin opened up, it was orange on the inside. It didn't bleed. It doesn't bleed immediately. First you just see it. Then eventually it starts. And I said, why did you do that? I was watching a movie. You have ruined my movie. And you're bleeding in the driveway. You need to leave.
What was his point of doing it?
His point is, he wanted to go back to Rusk. You know what Rusk is? I didn't know what it was at the time either. It's some kind of asylum or something. That's where they keep crazy people. I told you they hire crazy people to work on my team. He was another one. Except this one was on lithium. I don't even know what that was.
I don't even know
I
what
thought
that
you
is.
put that in fucking batteries. But anyway, he got to take it because something wrong with him. You know? A lot of people, something was wrong with a lot of them. And he wanted to go back to Rust because I think they had stopped giving him his medication that he needed. Also, he was I didn't know it at the time, he was an alcoholic. Like a big-time alcoholic, but I couldn't tell. I think he was like a functioning alcoholic.
Yeah.
You know? I think he was drunk so much all the time that I thought he was just like that. You know? I don't know. But he wanted to go back to Rusk, and he said they didn't think he was crazy enough. Well,
that proved them wrong.
That proved them wrong. I don't know why you had to do that in my fucking driveway.
So who notified Rust?
I think after that he went back around the corner because he unfortunately lived around the corner from me. I shouldn't have let him know that, but I gave him a ride to work one night. And I don't know. People were very upset about that I let him know I lived there. Anyway, I forgot what happened after that. He still didn't go to Rusk, I don't think. Not after that. No, he got his legs stitched up and shit. I don't know what that proved. That stain stayed in the driveway forever.
There gotta be some way for them to go.
Probably Coke. I probably could have put Coke on it. Not the kind that Gerald uses. I'm talking about
That's not
Coke,
me.
Coca-Cola.
That's not me. That
Coca-
is honest honesty.
Hey, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Talking about going to Sugar Land.
He didn't go to Rusk until he tried to choke his mom out.
Yeah, you would think a person go to jail.
Yeah, he went to jail first, and then he went to Rusk. You know, he was supposed to come to work that night, too. I was pretty upset about that. I said, where the fuck is... I can't say his name. I said, where is he? They said, he ain't coming to work. I'm like, what happened? They said, I don't know, something, whatever. Anyway, his truck was still parked in front of my house. That's the thing, it was around Christmas time. His truck was parked in front of the house, but he wasn't there. And he didn't come to work that night. So I'm like, well, what the fuck? You know?
Yeah.
So after he didn't show up that first night, I went to his mom's house. And I says, hey, what's going on with Cody, man? He didn't... Oops. What's going on with that guy? And she said, he tried to choke me. I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, he attacked me? He attacked me, put me in an arm thing, and he tried to choke me? And I was like, well, what did he say? He's like, he said, tap, Mom, tap. I said, what? He said he kept saying tap. I was like, what are you talking about, person? I'm not saying his name. What are you talking about, tap? And I was like, you're supposed to tap the arm. It means you submit. You know, watch UFC. She said, I don't know nothing about that. He was choking me. And And then he let me go and did it to his dad, too. I said, did his dad tap? She said, yeah, he tapped. So on the inside, this was very, very funny to me.
Why the dad didn't call a cuss in the midst of
Because he was in a wheelchair.
Come on, man. This ain't right.
Because he was in a wheelchair. And the only words he could say was cuss words. Something had happened. He had some kind of brain thing, a stroke or something, but he can only cuss. So he say, you hungry? He'll say, fuck. You want to eat? Shit. Fuck. Shit. Fuck.
It's not funny,
Shit.
man.
It's not funny.
But I can't.
It's not funny. It's not funny. You can't laugh. That's why I'm not a big laugher. I'm okay being around that.
I can't. I mean, I wouldn't.
Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Shit. It's a true story. He can only cuss. Fuck. He tapped that day, though. Fuck. Shit. He's in a wheelchair. I don't know if he's still alive. How you gonna choke your dad out in a wheelchair, man? Anyway, I lost that guy off the team. He had to go. That was a shame.
I wonder what happened to his truck.
It stayed in front of the house for a long time, and I got in a lot of trouble about that. Eventually, I had to go and try to get his keys. It was odd seeing his mother knowing that she didn't tap. And if she would have just tapped, he would have let go.
See, I'm thinking now.
He would have let go. You got to tap. You got to submit. If you don't do that, then...
You never know who's behind the wheel of these cars now. A crazy man driving the truck. That's why people probably have road rage. Something to make them snap, or they having an off day.
Fuck.
I remember I was in this one time. I was in a car with this person, and he had got cut off. And as in the midst of he getting cut off, he was like ready to pull his car over and get out the car and have a few words with the person that was behind him. But then he didn't. You know, he took off at the stop sign. Then he got on the freeway. Then he caught up with that person. And as he caught up with that person, excuse me, he got cut off at the stop sign. We was behind the person, but he wanted to get out the car to go talk to the person, but the person took off leaving. So then he followed the person on the freeway, and then got pretty hectic on the freeway for about a good 3 miles, 4 miles. Kind of hectic. All I was hearing was like, I think I'm gonna crash my car into him.
That's what the person said? He said, I think I'm going to crash my car into him?
Maybe he said that. I can't remember. It's all a blur. But I do remember he pulled up on the guy, and then he looked at him, and the dude slowed down. Intimidation is key in road rage, I'm assuming. Unless the other person has a weapon. But it was...
Yeah. First of all, that story sounds personal, and I feel like that was aimed towards me.
No.
Nah, that sounds a lot like something I did one night.
No names.
That sounds personal.
No names.
And he fucking cut me off, man. And for no reason. And I wanted to know why. That's all I wanted to know. Maybe he was on the way somewhere. You know, maybe it was important to him. He did 2 things, though. He did 2 things. No, it was more than one thing.
No, he cut you off and he humped his horn. I mean, he cut somebody off and he humped the horn at that person.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so it was 2 things. And plus, had I eaten anything at the time? Had I not eaten anything?
You didn't eat. You was in the rush.
I was in a rush trying to go somewhere. I probably had some other shit on my mind, you know? And that's why I'm saying, you don't want to catch somebody. Wait a minute. I'm not waving to that person. I'm not waving to the person that's listening. Because I see that person. Why are you here?
That's me?
Yeah, it looks like you. It looks like you are listening to yourself.
Oh, man, I am, huh? I'm in there. Why am I in there? I didn't even know I was in there.
You said what? Earlier. I was talking to you earlier. You said pagan.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell is that?
All right. Pagan.
Do you always grunt before you you grunt like that before you
get my body moving.
Because you said yesterday something was a patriotistic holiday or something like that. What are you talking about?
Right. Yesterday was Christmas.
Right.
The day before that was Christmas Eve.
Right.
Now, Those are, and I quote, pagan holidays.
Pagan holiday.
A pagan holiday.
Pagan
or non-Christian traditions show up in this beloved winter holiday. A consequence of early church leaders melding Jesus' native celebration with pre-existing midwinter festivals.
Wait, whoa. What are you saying? Are you saying that they took Jesus' birthday and moved it in some winter holiday kind of ritual type stuff and mixed it all together into one thing?
It can be looked at from that perspective. I'm not saying that.
You saying they mashed them all together? Is that why that man with the red suit is there?
Talking about
The
Santa
red,
Claus?
yeah, him.
Santa Claus. He come from a different type of definition of why he exists.
Oh,
But he is founded on this pagan holiday.
this pagan holiday. What's the holiday called?
Christmas. Well, really,
What's the other name?
Any holiday, really, because Thanksgiving, any. Let me get.
Wait, all of them are like
Let me
that?
bring my black.
Your black what? Because
My
this
black
meeting
pre-
is finna change
My black
if you
preacher-
finna.
my black preacher. Yeah. Now the white man made these holidays. All these don't exist. These are all fake. Tooth Fairy, Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, Thanksgiving, the Pilgrim versus the Indians. That might have been real, but the meaning is different. I don't know if you know this, but it was founded on thanking the Pilgrims for genocide in the Indians.
Genocide in the Indians? The Native Americans?
Yes. But these pagan holidays,
Wait, hold on. Sorry to interrupt, preacher, but it sounded like in the midst of what you were saying, you said a rah, rah, rah. Now, although I do respect the art of preaching, right? And having amazing oratory skills. If you are going to intermittently go rah, rah, rah in the middle of you speaking, I'm going to start laughing. All right? Okay? I'm just...
all right. Excuse me.
But it sounded like earlier you said a rah, rah, rah. If that's the way you do it, then I'm just letting you know if I snicker a little bit.
All right.
And that's why I'm not being disrespectful.
These holidays was founded to fulfill the white man's pocket. Christmas, gift giving, Valentine's Day. Oh, I hate Valentine's Day.
You hate Valentine's
I
Day.
break up with a bitch on Valentine's Day.
You can say bitch.
And I break up with the bitch before Valentine's Day. Because I don't believe in gift giving a bitch anything. I broke up with a bitch before Christmas. Matter of fact, I broke up with her before Thanksgiving just so the bitch wouldn't get no ideas about Christmas. Keep her thinking about the food. Now, the views of my view is different from your views.
Hey, no judgment. No judgment.
But I don't believe in buying gifts, giving that love, holding hands and hugging and kissing. Mistletoe. What? Let me ask you a question. What is the foundation of a mistletoe?
Man, I don't
Kissing
know.
a random stranger under there.
I don't know.
Nah.
Depends on where you kiss them, I guess.
It's always said to kiss on the lips.
Well, that's open for interpretation.
It is open for interpretation.
That's open for interpretation.
But let's see what the white man put in his books
Why's gotta be
about
that?
this
Why's gotta be that?
definition of mistletoe.
The definition of mistletoe: a leathery-leaved parasitic plant which grows on apple, oak, and other broadleaf trees and bears white glutinous berries in winter.
Okay. Well, what's the definition of camel toe?
What is the definition of camel toe?
Here's the definition of camel toe: informal. An effect created by a pair of pants or shorts that fit very tightly around a woman's groin, drawing attention to the shape of the external genitals.
Now, for you perverts out there that don't know what that is the vag area, the yum yam, the vasutus,
As you can see, we've upgraded the capabilities of the show. Now, we do. I am way too immature not to laugh at that. You understand? She said genitals. And that was funny to me. My sense of humor is different. About that whole thing.
The paganistic holidays?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a white man, because that's Babylonian.
Babylonian.
Babylon. Sumeria, ancient Sumeria. First civilization.
Egyptians?
No, that's another civilization. This is before the Egyptians.
Okay, go ahead.
These are Sumerians.
All right, go ahead.
We're going to have to pick that up in part 2. I'm not saying because I have to poop. I'm not saying that.
Definition of Sumerians.
Here's the definition of Sumerian, a member of the indigenous non-Semitic people of ancient Babylonia.
Babylonia was Babylon. I forget where it was. It's somewhere out there, though. But the first guy... This is a lot. You want to get into it? You got to take a break. You got to take a break. I'll tell you about it. Thanks for listening. We'll be back with part 2. Not because I have to use the bathroom.